30th of November, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi Vayishlach. Start to record it. Okay. Oh well. Okay, 19. Let's see. Where's 19? Va'amarta le'avdecha Yaakov mincha hi shalucha ladoni le'esav v'hine gam hu achareinu. Okay, so and you shall say, your servant, possessive, the property of your servant, Yaakov.
Of Yaakov, no, it's
Of Yaakov.
of Yaakov, of your servant of Yaakov.
When he asks you whose are these, you're going to say it's Yaakov's.
Right.
And refer to him as your servant. It is a tribute sent to my lord Esav, to my lord to Esav, and behold, also he is behind us.
Right. Like it means he's Yaakov's following behind us.
Which is actually not true.
Well, it was eventually, I mean, at a distance. But not
Right.
immediately.
There are other groups coming first.
Right.
He doesn't say, and there's other groups. He says Yaakov's.
Right. Because the whole idea was to wow him.
Right.
With the unexpected gift.
Okay, so V'amarta la'avdecha liYaakov al rishon. Answer the first question first. Va'al acharon. And the last question last. Shesha'alcha. Shesha'alta. As to what you asked, Lemi ata, whose are you? Le'avdecha liYaakov ani. You should answer, I am your servants, Jacob's. V'targumo de avdach de Yaakov, and the translation renders it of your servant of Yaakov.
Right.
V'shesha'alta, and as to what you asked, ulami ele lifanecha, and to whom are these before you?
Which means, and for whom?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Not so much to whom, but and for whom. It's the same comment, it really has the same meaning, but that's how you'd say in English. For whom are these before in front of you? For whom are they sent? Who's the recipient? Who's the intended recipient?
Mincha hi shelucha v'gomer. You should answer, it is a tribute sent, etc.
I to Esau, to my master, to Esau.
V'hine gam hu, Yaakov,
Right.
meaning Yaakov.
But because, in other words, we're switching back to the subject at the beginning of or the object really at the beginning of the sentence. There were two questions. Who do these belong to, these animals? So that you answer to your servant, to Yaakov. Okay? And on that, V'hinei gam hu achareinu is going back on that.
Right.
Okay?
Okay, so that is 19. Now, moving on. V'yatzav Vayitzav gam es hasheni gam es hashlishi gam es kol haholechim acharei ha'adarim lemor kidavar hazeh tidabrun el Esav b'motza'achem oso. And behold, also, I'm sorry. And
he commanded
also the second
the
one,
second group,
and
right?
also the third group, and also each
Not necessarily each, but kol harochim, all those who followed after
the herds saying, Tidavar hazeh, in this way, tidabrun,
these words, yeah.
speak, el Esav, to Esav, b'motza'achem oso, when you find him.
Yeah. Moitzachim doesn't mean find, it means when you meet him. Yeah, because you don't find, I mean, he wasn't looking for him. And you meet him. Right?
Well, literally,
they met each other. Okay.
Right. Okay, there's no Rashi on 20.
Right, let's do 21 then.
Amartem gam Hine avdecha Yaakov achareinu ki amar achapra panav b'mincha ha-holeches lifnei acharei chen ar'eh fanav ulai yisa fanai. And you shall say also, behold, your servant Yaakov is behind us.
By the way, the gam is going on Yaakov, not on the saying. V'amartem, you shall say, gam hine abdecha Yaakov achareinu. Behold, also Yaakov, your servant is also or should we say, behold, your servant Yaakov is also behind us.
He amar achapra, for he said, I will wipe away panav, his countenance, with the tribute.
1 second. That's your translation?
No, that's me. The English says, I will wipe away his furious countenance with the tribute that precedes me.
Okay.
But I don't see the word furious in here. What is achap ra?
Means I will atone from Lashon Kapara.
Right. So that's where they're getting wiped away.
I understand. But it's a very
they're making up the word furious. It's not there.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see in Rashi.
His countenance.
Rashi, they get it from Rashi, okay.
With the tribute that precedes me. And afterwards, I will see his face, or I will face him. Right. Perhaps Yisa fanai. It says he will forgive me. I don't know what's Yisa.
Literally means he will raise my face.
Raise.
We have it, we say in Birkas Kohanim, Yisa Hashem panav elecha v'yosem lecha shalom.
Right.
What does that mean there?
Okay.
Yisa Hashem panav elecha means he will literally, how's the best way of translating it, will show receive me favorably. So I translated it. Maybe he will receive me favorably.
Right.
It's interesting. How many times does the word panav appear in the?
Yeah, it does appear quite a lot.
4 times.
Okay, so achapra panav, avatel ragzo.
Right. What it means, achapra panav means literally means I will. That's why they translate. I will cleanse his face. Right. It means avatel ragzo. I will cancel his anger.
V'chein v'chupar berios berischem es manes. And similarly, the word chupar in your covenant with death will be nullified.
Right.
Velo such li kapra, and kapra in you will be unable to nullify it. Venir and it appears in my eyes. In other words, my opinion is shekol kapara she'etzel avon v'chet. Any forms of the word kapara that are used by Scripture in association with sin or transgression, ve'etzel panim,
right,
or in association with face or countenance, kulan lashon ki nuach v'ha'avara hain. All of them mean wiping away or removal. Ulashon arami who, and it is an expression in the Aramaic language.
Right.
V'harbe v'salmud, and there are many examples of it in the Talmud. For instance, v'chapar yadei, he wiped his hands.
Yeah, so the Gemara says there, yeah, means he cleansed his hands.
Right. And boi l'chapure yadei bihahu gavra. He wanted to wipe his hands on that man.
Which means he wants to, as you say in English, he wants to wash his hands of the affair and transfer it to somebody else.
Ah.
You use that term in English.
Yeah. Right.
So it means he wants to shift responsibility.
Right. V'gam lashon ha-mikra, and also in the language of scripture, Nikraim ha-mizrakim shel kodesh, the sprinkling basins of holiness, i.e., of the Beis Hamikdash, they are called.
Kippurei Zahav.
Pardon?
They're called Kippurei Zahav.
Kifurei Zahav, literally golden wipers. Al Shem Sheha Kohen Mikaneach Yadav Bahen, because the Kohen wipes off his hands with them.
From the excess blood, which is on his finger.
Bisfas ha-mizrak, at the edge of the tossing vessel.
Oh boy.
Vessel. I guess that's what the vessel that he uses to throw the blood from.
Yeah, but I put in a tossing vessel. Mizrak is a bowl which is used. Okay.
Right, the bowl. The bowl in which the blood is.
Right.
Okay. Should we continue?
Yeah.
We've got 8 minutes. V'ta'avor hamincha al panav v'hu lan balayla chahu b'machaneh. So the tribute passed before him while he spent the night in the camp. Oh, okay. So yes, so in other words, the tributes that he sent were going so slowly that they were going while he spent the night.
Right. The mincha went ahead of him.
Okay, Rashi says al panav, literally on his face, kamo lifanav, is like the expression lifanav, which means before him. V'chein chamas vashod yishama ba al pnei
Alpanai
tamid, and similarly, al panai in robbery and pillage is heard in her constantly before me. V'chein ha-mach isim osi al panai, and similarly, who anger me before me.
Those who anger me before me.
Right. Umidrash agada al panav, and the homiletical explanation interprets al panav as follows: Af hu, Yaakov also. Yaakov's in parentheses.
Shoroi Bakas.
What?
He was Shoroi Bakas. He was angry.
Oh, Shoroi Bakas. He was in a state of anger.
Right.
Shehaya tarich l'chol zeh, because he needed to do all this in order to appease Esav.
Right. As I said yesterday, this gift was worth millions of shekels.
Right. Yeah. Okay, 23. We've got still got time.
Yeah, okay.
Vayakam balayla hu vayikach es shtei nasu
Nashav.
nashav ve'es shtei shifchosav ve'es achad asar ve'ladav
Yiladav.
Yiladav Vayavor Ace Ma'avar Yabok. Okay, he got up that night and he took two wives and two
His two.
and
His
two
two wives. Shtei Nashav. His two wives and his two maidservants.
two maidservants and one
11.
I'm sorry, and 11
And his 11 children.
his 11 children, and he passed over
He crossed over
Me'avar,
Yabok.
the brook,
Well, Mava is a ford.
the ford
Yabok.
of the Jabbok.
Ford.
He took his four wives and his 11 children, and he passed over the water, the brook,
Right.
the ford, the fording place. Okay, so Rashi says Ve'es achas asar
Had Asar Yiladav.
ladav Vidina heichan haisa. And Dina, where was she?
Right. Because he had actually 12 children.
Right.
Right?
Nisan
He had 11 sons and one daughter.
B'seva. He put her into a chest. V'nal b'faneha. And he closed it over her.
Well, not just they locked it.
Na'al means to lock.
Now it means to lock.
Shelo yitain ba Esav a nav. So that Esav would not set his eyes upon her.
Right.
Ulechach nash Yaakov. And this is why Yaakov was punished. Shemina'a me achiv. Because he withheld her from his brother. Shema tachazirenu lemutav. Perhaps she might have returned him
Brought him back.
the good.
Right. Back to the right path. It's an absolutely amazing Rashi, this. I mean, it's based on a Chazal.
V'nafla miyad.
How old was Dina at this point? She was born just the one before Yosef.
One to be born to Leah.
Yeah, but she was born before Yosef, just before Yosef was born.